Hi guys, welcome back. So in today's video, we're going to be upgrading our Mark 8 Golf R. You might recall in the last video, we upgraded the car with the Titan 7 TD6 wheels to lower the weight and also improve the aesthetic on the car as well. And I'm really loving the way that this particular wheel and the finish looks. So today's video, we're upgrading the car again with the MSS adjustable lowering springs. We've already got the Racing Line lowering springs fitted to this car, which offers like a fixed ride height reduction of around 25mm at the front and the rear. And if you wanted to change the ride height a little bit more, your typical options will include a coilover kit or some even lower lowering springs. So to talk you through the MSS kit, the MSS lowering springs on the front of the car add a adjustable spring perch and upgraded spring, and on the rear you've got two springs and a spring perch as well. So just like a coilover kit, you can increase or reduce the ride height, get it tuned to exactly what you want. And also MSS talk quite a lot about the ride quality improvement over standard. So what you might already be familiar with is generally when you install any aftermarket lowering springs, the ride quality is kind of the thing that is sacrificed quite a bit, but obviously then you get to enjoy the lower arch gap. So I'm looking forward to driving these springs and seeing if the ride quality is what they say it is, or if it isn't. So the only thing we've got left to do, we'll get the car in the workshop, get all of the MSS springs and kit components out on the bench. We'll talk you through them, explain a little bit more about how the system works, get the kit fitted to the car, show you what it looks like, and at the end of the video, we'll also do some driving impressions as well. So we'll see you then. Okay, so we've got the rear suspension just here removed from the car, so we thought we'd do that first because it's one of the easier bits to do. And then we've got the MSS, one of the MSS sides constructed here. I'm just going to talk you through it. So first of all, starting at the bottom, you've got the rubber seat for the bottom spring. So this bottom spring down here is the black spring, the MSS call it, and this is the higher spring rate spring, which they call might be like your subwoofer or like your mid. And then you've got a spring seat that sits between the two. And then you've got your orange spring, which is what they call like the tweeter. And then on top, you've got the seat that has your ride height adjustment. So from here, you'll be able to extend it down or back up to increase or reduce the ride height. So what MSS say with their suspension is that this orange spring is essentially the like tweeter. So that deals with all of the really small sort of like road vibrations, things like that. Say for example, things like potholes, like road roughness, things like that, to improve the ride quality. And then this bottom spring here is the higher spring rate, which more comes into play when you're actually pushing the car, going around the corners, things like that. So they say that you can have the best of both worlds with this particular spring setup. So we're interested to get it fitted. So yeah, we'll get this onto the car, and then we'll talk you through the front suspension setup when we've got that removed. Okay, so we finished off fitting the rear MSS kit, and now we're going to jump onto the front. So we've got a comparison of what we've already got fitted to the car versus what we're going to be fitting. So obviously we've got new top mount, new bearing, and then obviously new bolts to go with it as well. So the main difference between the two, other than obviously the springs being different, is the platform or the adjustable platform that the MSS kit has. So this sits on top of the spring and you basically just wind it out to increase the ride height or wind it back in to reduce the ride height. So you can customize not only the rear but also the front ride height to get the arch gap just as what you like as well. Comes with the orange spring from MSS as well, so softer spring. I think the reason why they don't offer a dual spring is probably just because of the packaging on the front end of the car, and then comes with some new bump stops as well. So yeah, just going to get this fitted to the car, get the ride height dialed in, and then we'll go out for a drive and see what it's like. About to go out into the track at Cadwell Park. It's actually my first time out, and someone has literally just crashed, so hopefully we don't end up doing the same thing. tyres probably getting a little bit too hot now, so rather than just like pushing through the understeer, killing the tyres, we'll just have a little reset and go again. But yeah, I'm supremely impressed by the MSS springs. I mean, we saw obviously the road review earlier on. Drives really nice on the road, a bit more compliant than like your regular sort of like lowering springs, so that's absolutely fantastic. Ryan's just about to go past, let's give him loads of space. Yeah, but on track the car feels very, very positive. Obviously it's got our alignment on there as well, so we tweaked the alignment quite a bit to make the car feel a bit more positive. And you can see even when the car starts to slide around in some of these corners, it's quite easy to correct, catch it, or just let it continue to drift, control it, and move through it. So yeah, I think this is definitely a good upgrade for someone not only that wants to fully customise the ride height on like the street, then also who wants to do track days occasionally as well, without sort of going full bore dampers, coilovers, motorsport sort of like range of things like that. I think it'd be interesting to see how they do once we put some like motorsport tyres on there, say for example like Trevairs, Durezas, Coptoirs, something like that. But I think other than that, I think if you were to get one of these kits, you'd be super, super happy with them. And of course, we're yet to try the track pack as well. So we haven't, we've still just literally got the standard issue bits and pieces from MSS. So yeah, looking forward to trying the other track pack springs as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, then please give us a thumbs up. If you'd like to watch other videos of ours that YouTube thinks you'll like, then click up here. If you'd like to watch some other videos that we have in the same playlist, then click here. And obviously if you enjoyed the video, then we really appreciate if you gave us a subscription. And then obviously you'll be updated when other videos of ours go live, and you can do that quite easily by clicking here. Hope to see you soon.